Good morning friends, Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal and Adab. This is my 243rd video and this video will be covering how the Ministry of Defence Government of India after 1985 has been actually usurping all the laws made under the CLA rules in 1925 and 37 and has abruptly started charging us house tax on annual rateable value on a reverse order that they calculate the standard table rent, that is called the STR. I made some videos earlier. Nowadays n number of people, more than about 6,000 people in India have received notices of lease money which has gone up in lakhs. Let's say if I was paying 250 rupees for a bungalow or for a property, the government today is asking more than 2 to 3 lakh rupees per annum for that same property. How this calculation comes? So friends, I worked on my STR, my standard rate table rate on 102 the Mall. My bungalow was ransacked by the Indian Army. They by force took possession on 12th September 2012 after the convention which I did historical in Delhi. Now, what is and how is standard table rent taken? Standard table rent, there is a very fixed formula that the DO picks up the collector rate, the DC rate or the registry rate, any of your cantonments may call it, on which a particular registry of a particular square yard, square feet, guntas or biswa or nalli is to be done. Okay, so they pick up this rate from the district collector, that is the DC of your area, and once this collector rate is taken, it is converted into square meters. Now this square meters is further converted into 10 square meters. Now this 10 square meter is multiplied by 2.5% and this Ministry of Defence says will be your STR rate. So on a presumption, I'll show you everything in crystal clear today because this is my bungalow. Some people have objected. I remember somebody from Jalandhar has been, emphatically writing on my YouTube, Mr. Das, show us some case which you have won. I know these brothers are up to something, but these things don't make a difference to me. Try and understand. I am here to save not one but all residents. I want you to educate on your laws and fight your cases on your own. Why be dependent on me? So please shun your egos. Sikandrabad people I know, those people who created the association, Kanpur, Pandey everybody I say, please shun your egos and now understand how STR rate is calculated and how this STR rate further gives you your land value on which the AVR after your built up area and the valuation of that built up area is taken and then your house tax is calculated. So please understand. Now bungalow number 102, the Mall Road, Ambala, Cant had an area of 1.6 acres, meaning by approximately 69,696 square feet, or let's say 7,744 square yards. If we convert this into square meters, it will be 6,474.97 square meters. So this is the area which bungalow number 102 is holding. Now we need to calculate. I would simply say, why did the government at the first place when in 1985 they were made these executive orders that the STR will be calculated on square meters? And why 10 square meters? Why not just simple 1 square meter? So all these questions, need to be answered. But unfortunately, including me and the most educated people, from those who fought cases on house tax, I have number of cases on house tax fought by people. How many won? I have number of people who were fighting their resumption cases. How many knew what was their value of the property or the bungalow which they were fighting on as per the STR? Nobody. We don't plead all this. So I have been always saying, whether you are fighting your house tax, whether you are fighting your unauthorized construction, whether you are fighting your commercial activity, whether you are fighting your mutation, whether you are fighting your illegal occupancy of an illegal sale without an NOC, whether you are fighting your admission deed, whether you are fighting a suit for specific performance within cantonments between two people, all will culminate to the definition of old grant and the valuation of property. So the thin line stands there, because in all these cases, if we fight, since we are a government property, the courts don't listen to us. Why? Because we don't have those pleadings. We don't have those questions. So that's very important. Now, the collector rate, which was put in 1985-88, for 3 years the STR rate is calculated. Let's say in 85 the collector rate was something, 86 it was something, 87 it was something. So the department will do is they will club all the 3 collector rates and calculate the STR on that basis of the percentage increase. Now I am going straight. Now I am not talking of this formula right now. I am talking of the later part. Let's say the STR is driven. It's been driven out by the defense state officer of your jurisdiction. So 36 rupees was calculated in 85-88. So let's say for 10 square meters. So what is it for 1 square meter? 3.6 as normal. Let's multiply this value with the square meter of area which I had. That was 6,417, 4.97 into 36 comes out to be 23,309 rupees per annum is my rental value. Now this is very important as per the government, because the STR they calculated is this 36 multiplied by my square meters comes out to be this. So this is the rent which they will claim in 85-88 period from me for my bungalow. That's the rental value. Imagine in 85, 86, 87 I was to pay 23,000 per annum, approximately 900 rupees to average, 1900 rupees, 24,000 works out to be. So this is my rent or land value as per the department. No, it is my yearly rent, which the government, if in a resumption suit I lose, they will claim as damages from me of occupying their old grant, which they presume has been upheld by the government, which the local council of Union of India, Advocate Prem Sagar Sharma did it in Ambala in my case. So let's multiply this value by 3 years, because the calculation is for 3 years. So this works out to be approximately 69,929 rupees. That's simple, nothing much. So the government is willfully claiming this amount from me for the entire period of those 3 years. Now whether it was less, more or equal doesn't make a difference. So friends, this is the money. It's simple mathematics. If STR is 36 rupees, What is the actual rate per square meter of my property? It comes out to be 1440 rupees per 10 square meters. How did I calculate? That's some simple mathematics. I think anybody who's a mathematician can do it. I'll be showing you my Excel sheets. So I convert this into square feet, square yards and acres just to evaluate my land value. So as per, if I convert it into square feet, this value comes out to be 13 rupees 38 paisa. Now what was my land holding? 69,696 square feet. When I multiply it, my value comes out to be 9,32,200 and some rupees. Okay. So in 85 to 88, my value of the property was 9 lakhs. Acceptable. So my square yard rate is also given. That works out to be approximately rupees 120. That means my collector rate, DC rate or registry rate should be 120 in 1985 or 86 or 87 or 88, presumingly. So 120 collector rate is required. Similarly, square meter rate would be 144.4. Similarly, the acre rate would come out to be approximately 58,274. Fine. These are all reverse mathematics. Anybody can do it. So my land value at that in 1985 or 88 was approximately 9,32,000, which I just said. So this is how the STR is calculated, 85, 88. But interestingly, we people do not want to move forward. We do not want to gain knowledge to this level. Now the same STR in 1988-91 when calculated, and the DOS said from 36 rupees it moves to 40 rupees. Visibly acceptable. The same value here also is turned out. The value comes out to be 25,899. Fine, works. My 3 years of rental which I have to pay is about 77,699. Works out. You know, the more interesting part is from 36 to 40, what is my square rates? 14.86. What is my square yard rate? 133.78. What is my square meters rate? Is 160. What is my acre rate? It is approximately 64,797. 64,749. What is my land value now? As per 40, the STR, it is 10 lakhs now. It has risen from 9 lakhs. Now going back to 1991 to 1994 STR, the government says the STR jumped from 40 rupees to 125. What is the increase? More than approximately 125, 30%. Never mind. What is my monthly per annum rent? Is approximately 80,937. So my 3 years rental would be approximately 2,42,800 something. My square feet rate increases from 46 to 46 rupees per square feet. Square yard goes to 418. My square meter rate goes to 500 and my acre rate goes to approximately 20,000. No, it goes to approximately, yes, about 2 lakhs. It goes to approximately that value. So what is my property? 102 Mall Road, calculated as per the government, is approximately 32 lakhs now. So we've had a jump. We were earlier moving on what rate? We were moving on the value which was when we were calculating at 140, we were at 10 lakhs. Now we are 32 lakhs. Similarly, 1994, 1997, if you see this sheet, is 138. My rental for an annum becomes 89,354. I multiply it into 3, works out to be 2,68,000 some amount. But what is my square feet rate? It is 51. Now my square yard goes to 461. My square meter rate goes to 552. And my per acre rate goes to approximately 2,23,000. So my land value here turns out to be 35 lakhs. Now this is when in the year 94, 97. Now similarly I go to 1997 to 2000 because every 3 years this STR is to be calculated. The jump is 159 now. My rental per annum goes to 1,29,100. So approximately what is the monthly I am paying? Everybody can calculate that. So my 3 yearly works out to be about 3,08,000 some amount. Similarly, my square feet value goes to 59 per square feet. My square yard value goes to 532 rupees per square yard. My square meter value goes to 636. And my acre value goes to 2,57,000. What is my land value now? If I reverse this entire calculation on 159 is 41,18,000. So that means in 2000 I could have got 41 lakh rupees from the government for this property. Absolutely viable. Now we move to 2003, 3 years of STR. The STR jumps to 225 here. So 225, when I calculate this into 10 square meters, the same mathematics as per the sheet, it works out to be 1,65,111. 3 years, I down payment pay them about 4,95,335. What is my square feet rate? Is 94. What is my square yard rate? Is 852. My square meter rate goes to 1,020. My acre rate goes to 4,12,000 rupees. So what is my land cost here in this year? Is 66 lakhs 4,469. So the value now is shifting. Just imagine what I was in 85 and what am I now. In 1985, my land value was approximately 9 lakhs. By the time I reached 2003, I am 66 lakhs as per the government. Now the STR in 2003-06 goes to 460. Another jump. So my rental turns out to be 2,97,848 per annum. My 3 yearly becomes 8,93,000 I have to pay approximately to the government if I am on a rent with them. So my square feet area in the same mathematics goes to 170. My square yard rate goes to 1,538. My square meter rate goes to 1,840 per square meter. And my acre rate goes to 7,44,000 rupees now. No, sorry, 74 lakhs. I'm sorry, 46,000 rupees. Now this is interesting. Here my land value in 2003 comes out to be 1 crore 19 lakhs some amount. So I start from 9 lakhs and in this period I have reached 1 crore. Now imagine when I am sitting in 2006-2009 and my STR is 782 per 10 square meters. My rental per annum turns out to be 5,63,000 approximately. My 3 years payment to the department turns out to be 15,19,000 some amount. See my rentals, and these rentals are that lease money which the department today is claiming from you people. So we'll all discuss this, but understand piecemeal. Understand then all has to be clubbed. Now we go to the next sheet, and that is 2006-2009. Here my STR goes to 782 per square 10 meters. So my rental goes to 5,63,6,300, and my 3-yearly rent is about 15,19,000. So my land value here goes to 1 crore 19 lakhs. Similarly, when I come in 2009-2012 sheet, my STR is 1251, 1251 per 10 square meter, and my rental value per annum is 8,10,000 rupees. My gradual payment to the department for 3 years is multiplied by this amount, turning around to 24 lakhs. So this, 2,43,000. The above value was 81,000. So, when we keep calculating these STRs, and then you understand how the government is from collector rate taking us. Now here in 2009-12, my collector rate turns out to be what? 170 per square feet and 1,538 rupees per square yard, and square meters 1,840, and my acre rate is about 74 lakhs. So, my built up, my entire property's land value is 3 crores 24 lakhs. Where are we reaching? Just imagine, what is the jump we are taking? We were 1 crore, all of a sudden we become 3 crores. Now friends, we come in 2012-2015, the jump is more than 300,000%. The STR becomes 5,382 rupees per 10 square meter. So here my calculation goes down to that I have to pay 34 lakh to the department here on an annual basis for my property. Just imagine, I'm just trying to, I can show you these sheets. The department is claiming this amount from me per annum. It's working out to be more than approximately 2.5 lakh rupees per month. And what is for 3 years? Again, 1 crore some amount. But the most interesting part here is when we convert this into square yards back, my square yard values become 1,538 rupees, my square meters gone to 1,840, but my land values touching 13,93,916. Just imagine, in 2015, we are in 2024, if I keep taking these STRs, 1.6 acre of land as per the government is worth 13 crores. And on this 13 crore, the government is calculating my STR, is working it out in the reverse formula. I verified this. And then they calculate the AVR, that is the house tax. Why will not your house tax increase? It will. It will substantially increase. Do you know this basic formula of calculating the STR on the collector rate, and that also of my land holding, where the land is not mine, I can presumably say, charge me only for my built up area. Why charge me for the land which is not mine? Or you say that the land is mine till it is in my possession, and I am allowed to make use of that land in any format. Government doesn't do all this. So we all guys need to really wake up now. We just can't sit back and say, okay, fine, yeah, government maybe one day they'll do something for us. How can you expect all this? Yeah, government is not going to do anything. You people have to wake up. If we guys don't wake up, what are we doing? Nobody does his homework. People have so much of egos and cantonments. Even after 10-15 years of my continuous education, how many people approach me for their Janampati? Maximum 600 to 700, not even that. How many people actually make use of that Janampati and find their records? How many people actually fight their tax cases? 1%, not even 1% in total cantonment. We don't even object what the tricenal tax superintendent charges us. We don't know those formulas. If somebody knows, he must share it with everybody. If the Jhansi consultant is aware of all this, he must share all this on a YouTube. Because this is how knowledge is imparted. You can't keep your knowledge in your coffers. Friends, wake up. We people are still slaves. I totally agree to what Jalandhar Mr. Ram Sahib was saying, that Ronnie ji, हमको आज़ादी नहीं मिली 1947 में. They celebrated in 2011-12, I remember, Black Day on 15th August. But that doesn't give a solution. Because the executive knows we people are dumb. The DG or the DO or the people sitting in the office, they know we guys are idiots. Who is the person who wishes to bribe or who wishes to bow down in non-respect? Who's the person who is going to lick asses of the politicians? Is an uneducated person. An educated person can be sent behind bars by the politicians or by the executives. They have a lot of powers. But ultimately, now recently the Supreme Court has been very clear. The rule is not jail but bail. Get up, wake up. How many of us can get together? So this STR calculation, it opened my eyes. I had not done this calculation for my bungalow. I had simply calculated the STR sheet on a very different platter, and I was trying to work it out. But in the reverse order, I never did it. But now I'm getting a lot of people calls that Ronnie ji, we've got tax notices, lease notices, we've got rental notices. Bungalow owners with the holdings of 2 to 4 acres. I know my cashier in Ambala, Rishabh, his bungalow has been given a lease notice. Recently, 149 or I know on Mall Road, owned by Colonel Dhawan, Sudhir, and this is a combined property, Mr. Seth. They've been issued notice, they've run down to court and they've taken a stay. So we say, everybody says, let's pick up a stay in natural justice without any pleading. Chalo, we'll get some breather. Oh, yaar, for 50 years, for 100 years, you've got a breather, yaar. You didn't educate yourself past 100 years, and you will not educate yourself post 100 years also now. Because you feel making money by this or that crook is a more better way. And then we can deal these situations. No. So this STR sheeting is very important. Guys, please, it's very, very important. Why I say this? Because we were old grants. We were never converted into new grants by the Britishers. Until 1880, they were not charging us any house tax on these properties. From 1880 to 1924, or I could say to till 1984, the house tax was charged to us on our rental basics. That how much can we rent this property on, and on our tax structure. This 1911 tax structure was usurped by an executive order in 1985, and we guys were put under a STR. The STR was then also in 1937, but that has a different valuation. I'll be making a particular video on the same formula on that also. So please follow me on my YouTube channel. I request you. subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you. Good day.